Okay, hey, this is another update video for Fight for Light, which is my honours project for my game design course at the University of Central Lancashire. So, I can't really remember where I was at during my last video, but I think I've made a lot of progress since then. So, I've recently found out that because I'm not programming this, and it's all done through blueprints, I can't actually have it compile it as a dedicated server, so I have to do it as a listen server, which is pretty annoying. So I had a lot of problems first of all sorting that out. So I couldn't, some animations weren't playing on the server itself. Some things weren't working. It kept crashing every time I tried to spawn in. But I think I've sorted it out. And another thing I've added in is sort of the pre-game. So the game won't start until at least two players have pressed play. So you can do whatever, choose your name, and then it will just have this screen with a little tutorial, which I need to work on again because from what I've seen, this is still confusing as hell. So yeah, you need two people to go in, and then you get a countdown timer like that. So everyone can spawn in now. That's all fine. This starts and then everyone plays. So since then I've messed around with the HUD a lot more. It's a lot more dynamic for HUD. So I can go in here, stuff will pop up and it's flashing, and you get a score at the bottom to say what is currently going on. So I can use that, and so other people in the game know what's going on most of the time. So I open that screen. So yeah, I can jump down here, get my score, and I can do everything that I normally could, and that will happen, and then I get a flash and I'm charged now, so I can go and do whatever I could do at my third level. So if I get for a character, so most of the stuff I've pretty much done recently is more or less visual. You can see the arms, which don't really suit the game at all. You can tell at all, because I mean, this more looks like it should be Counter-Strike. I found a free set of hands online because I can't really model hands. I might have a go at it at some point and have weird wizard cloak robe thing, but for now anyway, you get this little hand. So where's the other character? Yeah. Oh crap. Yeah, so here we go. Right, so yeah, when you get shot, you get sort of a flash on the screen to say you've been damaged or something like that. And the same with when you get charged, you get this green sort of flash. I tried to make it as different as possible from the thing. And it's got loads of weird little veins on it, which is kind of disgusting if you look at it quickly on the top. But yeah, I think it gets point across how you've been damaged, and it's not just you're getting blood; you're getting some purple magic blood. This is all about magic. So yeah, I've got some game status on the left there, so I can take. There it is. I can take this to my spot, and on everyone else's screens it will say that I've captured the artifact for magazine. Most of what I've done is all just to get the basic feel of a normal multiplayer game where you've got these things showing up on the screen so you know what's going on and where you currently are in the game. It would have been nice to actually have less HUD elements, but in a game such as this, which is in a game such as this where it's mostly in a game like this where it's mostly quick combat and it's supposed to be this fun sort of casual game to play, I was going for more Call of Duty-esque and Halo rather than Armour. But yeah, it would have been really nice to actually limit the amount of HUD. Not as in, you know, the HUD's not there just for the sake of not being able to see what you're doing. Oh, I just realised something, that the core is still showing as full. That's bad. Okay, I need to work on it. Yeah, so I couldn't really think of any way in which I could try and maybe show it in the world rather than as the HUD. So immersive wise right now it's not the best. But yeah, the HUD elements all work, and they're all dynamic, and I think they suit the game really well. It gives it its own sort of style with a kind of font and all this. Going for looking kind of like Team Fortress more than anything. But yeah, so gameplay wise now. Well, I've made this level. I don't know if I showed you it before, but I've made it so it's a sort of, it's kind of symmetrical. So I mean, it's got this loop around the whole map, and then you've got random sections where you can get into the center. I need to work on this and play test it and find out what's actually good. And also, I believe I should scale up. And yeah, the character should not be able to fly all the way up and over. That's something I need to work on. But yeah, so I've worked on this more. Oh, the game's ended now. You can see, and after the game ends, resets. Wiggles is one of like preset names. One I've written them, I was wanting to do some little sort of pathetic sounding names. So I've got Wiggles and Snuggles or something, I don't know, Snuffly Bear maybe? Yeah, so the game now restarts, all the scores then reset as well. And so you could just carry on play it on infinite loop, hopefully. I've tried it like to the third round, and I'm hoping like it doesn't break after it goes too far. So yeah, anyway, carrying on with the level, I've designed it so you've got the magic side and you've got the energy side, which is highlighted for now with this text. I can do it in another Team Fortress style way where half the world is set in a different style, and that will indicate this energy side. But yeah, so this is an instant kill sort of area. If you fall down here, you die. So that's a pretty huge benefit for. Oh my god, what's that? Pretty huge benefit for the Magic team right now. And I was trying to think of how I can make it more beneficial for the Magic team, because right now it seems like the energy people have they can do way more. They can fly around. They can shoot after one charge and do a pretty damaging dash attack like this, which will kill instantly from behind. So and that's really small. So yeah, I need to work on it a bit more. But the way I thought to counter that was adding sort of interiors, like so here. And so the guy can't just fly and get through it. So he's got this long middle. Anyway. Which itself is pretty beneficial to charge like this, because you can damage a lot of people with it. But, you know, that's not fixing that. So, done the level. Half the side, this side is for magic, and I designed it to suit the energy team a lot more. And so there's a lot more open areas, little cover more than anything. And yeah, then these bridges without any insides or whatever. So I designed that so that it's a constant fight, because then if you go onto the energy side, it's more suited for the Magic team. So it's got a lot more interiors, which definitely limit these guys, because I believe these guys are. I believe these guys are slower, and if not, I need to add that in. But these guys should be much faster on the ground, and they are just moving around like this. And right now, I don't think it is that way, so I'll add that in a bit. But yeah, so each side is more beneficial to the other team, and I believe that will encourage more attacking rather than people sitting back and doing nothing. The scoring system right now is all implemented. I'll probably change like how much points you get for some stuff, but generally, you capture the core, you get quite a bit of score. So I'm getting like 5 points per turn, and these always reset at the beginning. I'm getting 5 points per turn, and then when I capture it finally, I'll get plus 10. So it'll get to 45, and it should add 10. And so yeah, now I'm charged and super powerful. And the whole game is based around getting the charges and doing it. So kills don't reward you as much as capturing these little balls, the artifacts. So I can bring it back to my base, and then I get plus 30, and that's double kill. So I mean, whereas you can kill people for score, it's way more beneficial to go after the objectives, as they reward you much quicker time. Yep, getting weird. I suppose I'm recording this sometime. And also displaying like 3 screens. Yeah. So you can take this. And I designed it in a way that the player can't pretty much put that, take it off, put it back down, take it off, and keep getting infinite points. Oh, that's easy enough to do. Yeah, so what I plan to do with the map is scale up, because right now I believe it's maybe relatively good size, but on the exterior, outside the center, it's very cramped. So you got sections like this, which I don't really like, and it doesn't really encourage interesting combat. The game is about to end again. So yeah, I need to add sort of obstacles and objects in the way of everything, which I'll be working on at some point. But yeah, for now, what I need to do is playtest. I've got a schedule. I say that every time, but I've got a schedule. So right now, I will be working on the combat and abilities of the characters, because for now, I have nothing on there here. So you can see I've got these, which do actually change the player, but it does not make it fun, because once either team gets to a high charge state, most of the time they're just super fast, and it just seems really stupid and does not make for a fun game. So I need to work on some abilities for each character, but have it so with characters slowly turn into the same one, really. So if they were both at 6, which isn't possible in this game anyway, but if they were both at 6, they would be the same character. It would just be an even fight, which is what the whole thing is about. So blending asymmetric and symmetrical gameplay to make interesting first-person shooter. Yeah, so over the next 22 days, I will be working on the combat and all this sort of stuff. I've set up all of these, so you can do that. Apart from accolades, I've just checked out because everything wasn't clean. But so I've done all the HUD functionality. You can now restart the game and finish it, and now I'm going to be working on this. As I was thinking, 2 attack types. You hold down the shoot button and you charge a sort of attack when you shoot it, and then you can also just tap it and you do a normal shot, which is slower. And then an ability set for magic team and energy team. And that is where I'm going to struggle out, because it's going to be so difficult coming up with ideas for these sort of things which can be balanced and don't just seem like a really strange addition, because that's what my current problem is right now. I'm trying to add in things like that which don't just seem out of place. So I could quickly show you what I mean by that. Like, so if I could press Q, I do a weird dash, which is very powerful and makes no sense, because it why? Well, I mean, it doesn't have to make sense because it's magic. But yeah, so I do a weird jump attack. I'm definitely going to keep it so the energy team can't actually shoot, but they can only do this dash attack, which I may change again. Not with shooting. I definitely don't want them. I want this character to be limited with like what they can do, but they're mostly about movement. And then magic team is mostly about, you know, they're kind of slower but can shoot. What is this? Oh, because oh my god, I've lost the other character. Yeah, that's weird. There he is. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the mechanics for the abilities for the players, and fly shoots change. Yeah, so both the teams in the end will have the same abilities. So that's what I need to work on the same bit and somehow implement that. I don't know if I'll add the player customization like I've got here. I don't know if I'll bother adding in like what they can decide to do. So for now, I think I'll just keep a set list of what they can do at these stages, and that'll be fun because the players then want to work towards those abilities. And then after I complete that, I'll be playtesting for a week, working out what works and what doesn't, and or 5 days I've listed there. Sorry, and then I will be, you know, working on the notes I've made over playtesting, and I should have a pretty good solid game at that point. And from then on, I will pretty much just be working on the user interface, audio, particle effects and textures and models and stuff, making the world look nice really. I will only be able to get it to a certain state, but right now I'll probably keep it more simplified, because otherwise I'll be graded on how it looks as well, or graded down because it's not, you know, dev textured and all this. So, but I definitely don't want to keep that texture. I do not like it. Maybe just solid colours. But I'll add in blocks to highlight that. You can't walk here, so I need to work on that. Yeah, and then I should have a finished game by the 18th of May. In 95 days. Scary. Right, yeah. So that is Fight for Light. And watch the next video, because there'll be lots more stuff, I think. Maybe. Depends how I do it.